You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Well, we're going to talk about people getting triggered over Clay Travis and Herschel Walker being on a pregame show the other day as part of Clay Travis's big noon kickoff tour that he's doing around the country. I believe he was at the Georgia-Clemson game. Well, we know Herschel Walker used to play for the Georgia Bulldogs, which seems pretty valid to have Herschel Walker on with Clay Travis. And look, personally speaking, I think if Clay Travis doesn't ask Herschel Walker about his Senate run, that's pretty irresponsible journalism, if you ask me. Well, of course, Clay Travis had him on there. And what happened? It triggered everybody. Now think about the fact that what we put up with from the mainstream media involving sports, a constant bombardment of leftist lunatics, one right after another, dragging politics at every angle and corner possible, continuously in our face, and the one time that somebody decides to have somebody on that happens to be a conservative and they ask him, now we got to be calling Clay Travis a hypocrite because we think they're dragging politics into it? Well, let me just keep it real. At some point, maybe we start fighting fire with fire. How about that? Let's just be real, right? We are subject to everything that they want to throw at us all the time. And if you ask me, they're playing his alumni, for crying out loud. And yeah, it's a big story that Herschel is running for the Senate. Well, in Georgia. Let's take a look at this because awfulannouncing.com put together a little thing where everybody is so butthurt because Herschel Walker was on with Clay Travis. Clay Travis interview with Herschel Walker during Big Noon Kickoff draws criticism. Well, of course it does. Because for once, something in the media didn't lean your direction. Quote, most sports fans watch sports to escape politics, said Clay Travis on Twitter in April 2021. I've always said it's bad business to alienate any consumers with politics when your business is designed to appeal to everyone. Travis, whose conservative-minded Outkick was bought by Fox earlier this year, has made a career out of pushing back against perceived liberal political agendas in sports. There's no perceived to it. See, that's where you lose me with that one little word, perceived. There's nothing confusing. There is a liberal political agenda in sports. That's not even a question. That's not something we have to think about. It's continuous. It's every day. It's every day from every sports show we see out there in the mainstream. On many occasions, the outspoken radio and television commentator has blasted networks like ESPN for showcasing political content or allowing its talents to espouse beliefs that veer to one side of the political spectrum over the other. On Saturday, during Big Noon Kickoff, Fox aired an interview conducted by Travis with former college football and NFL star Herschel Walker, who is currently running for the U.S. Senate as a Republican in Georgia. The interview was part of Travis's work as a special correspondent for both Big Noon Kickoff and Fox and Friends on Fox News. There were segments of the interview that would be pretty normal to see, and they discussed Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy and whether or not Reggie should get it back. I think he should get it back. Clay Travis thinks he should get it back. But the interview also touched on some very political points. Oh, and awful announcing because it didn't lean your direction. You decided you got to get butthurt. Not to mention the fact that interviewing a candidate currently running for the U.S. Senate is a political act in and of itself. So because Herschel Walker is alumni to the University of Georgia, where they were there covering the game, they're not supposed to talk to Herschel? Are you kidding me? Naturally, quite a few people on social media couldn't help but know the sense of hypocrisy with the whole thing. Here we go. Clay Travis, keep politics out of sports. There's a picture. Yeah. There's Herschel Walker. This guy says, I'm old enough to remember when Clay Travis told ESPN not to mix politics and sports. Wait, so you're telling me Clay is nothing more than a blowhard MAGA hypocrite? Huh. Who would have thought? Oh, here we go. Clay Travis regularly bitches about how sports have become too political, yet here he is today doing this. And he's going right back to complaining and acting like this moment with Walker never happened. Noting the hypocrisy wasn't just limited to Travis, but also to Fox and Fox Sports as well, considering the ESPN has been slammed in recent years for far less overt than this. Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. It's been nothing but blatant from ESPN for years. Woke Center? I mean, literally, come on. Fox News merging with Fox Sports was probably inevitable. In retrospect, every year that this didn't happen, we were on borrowed time. Quote, stick to sports is and always was bullshit. But if this is a sign of what's to come from Fox and Big Noon Kickoff, we might be entering a whole new phase altogether of sports and politics merging. Okay, so we're triggered, in other words, because for once, somebody had somebody on from the other side of the coin. I mean, every day, Undisputed, Shannon Sharp, ultra woke, ultra liberal. Colin Cowherds went ultra woke, ultra liberal. Bill Simmons is ultra woke, ultra liberal. Come on. That's all we're subjected to. Dan Lebitard, everybody. But Clay Travis, for one time, decides to have on a Georgia alum, and they have a conversation about football, by the way. And yeah, he did ask him about the Georgia Senate thing. And this guy's got a problem that they had Herschel Walker on, period, because he's running. Stop it. Stop it. That's all we see all the time. It's all we're bombarded with. And at some point, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to see somebody from the other side of the coin. I get Clay Travis says, hey, keep your politics, blah, blah, blah. But there's also shady journalism if Clay doesn't come out and blatantly ask about him running as a candidate. He has to ask about that. That's responsible. You know what the mainstream media does? They don't ask those kind of questions. They don't ask the right kind of questions, that's for sure. I can't believe this. Of course, they get to bitch when one time somebody from the right-leaning side of the aisle goes on an actual mainstream sports show like Fox Sports, and they actually touch on something that might be conservative-leaning, and all you have to get triggered? Please, shut up. Shut up. I mean, my God, this entire channel was created specifically because of you bums. Stop it. I mean, my God, we've got to check your asses on a daily basis around here. I mean, on a daily basis. We hardly ever have anybody in the mainstream actually have somebody conservative on to talk to them, and they still stuck to sports most of the time, and you losers get triggered? Stop it. Oh. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. This kind of crap drives me crazy. And you know what? At some point, we do have to start fighting fire with fire. If they want to have their politics in it, fine. We'll bring ours into it. And let's have a good old hootenanny up in this bitch. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.